All right, guys, welcome back to FS22 Farm Sim. I am going to be trying to work on a different map that I just picked up. Hang on one second, I got to mute my audio in YouTube, which I just foobarred. Let me try it again. There we go. And mute. There we go. Got it. Crying out loud. Today's been just a bunch of trial and error, and I can't get it to work right for anybody. I've been working with my audio because my headset decided it's going to add a lot of hum to the display or to the recording. So now I'm into my Q9 microphone. So we'll see if that works any better. You guys will have to let me know if it sounds better, sounds worse. I don't know. Anyway, we are on PV Canyon Crossing, 16x map by Dajnet. He's also known for PV County and a bunch of other big 16x maps that have extreme amounts of production built in. I am over by the mine, which is pretty fascinating. But anyway, let me show you really quick what the entire map looks like. Get back to the right page, which is right here. And we have a massive map. Massive map. And these fields look small now, but these fields are not small, not in any regard whatsoever. I purchased these two fields right here. 39 had sugar beets in it. It took me over an hour to harvest it. So it's not tiny at all. And that's at real speeds with a slightly larger harvester than normal. So yeah, it's not tiny. Anyway, there's a few things you have to be careful of when you're working on Dajnet maps, and those are the production orders. You can do straight up farming and play realistic, but you're in for a horribly long slog because all these values are really, really expensive. If you look at, say, property 1, which is our home house, we're going to select it. Oops, wrong one. We select it, and it's a value of $296,000. You go over here to field 23, which is a bunch of forest, and you select it, hit the wrong button again, and it's a value of $4,926,000. So the values are very, very high on these. I have given myself about $5 million to start because there's certain things I wanted to get started, and I did not want to fight tooth and nail to get them. Now, I could have done the whole thing, you know, where you start mowing grass, blah, blah, blah. You collect it, you do silage and do all that. I'm not in for that kind of slog. So what I did is I gave myself $5 million to start. And then on the starter farm, which I can jump to real quick here, I'll show you. Right here. He gives us the Elk Mountain modding house and garage, which is cool. I love those two. But then he gives us a really sketchy, to say the least, combination of equipment. I'm not even sure what kind of tractor this is. That is a Fanzelt. Never heard of it. I have no, unless it's new to the premium pack. That's one thing I forgot to tell you. In order to play this map, you have to have the Platinum expansion. Platinum expansion is definitely required for this because it utilizes a lot of the lumberjacking items. Anyway, in all reality, all of this equipment is way too small. But I'll deal with that when I get that far. Right now, I'm focused on the mining because one thing that I'll show you. Let me speed up my run here so we can actually get somewhere. Yeehaw! Here we go. Okay, right here. And my controller has developed stick creep really bad, so bear with me. In order to get to the south half of the map, or any other portion of the map on either side of the river, you have to build the bridges. One thing I will tell you, let me back up to the very beginning. Sorry, get myself way ahead again. When you first load the map, you'll notice that when you choose what map you want to play on, there's 4 different versions. There's the standard version, which I'm playing. There's the which starts you in the northeast corner farm. There's the northwest corner farm with a different set of equipment. There's the southwest farm with a different set of equipment, and there's the southeast farm with yet another set of equipment. Going from New Holland to Case and John Deere. I'm not sure what the fourth farm is. And then there's a server version. So pick which one you want to play. And if you're running a server, say on like G-Portal or not, use the server version. Anyway, that said, I chose the very first option, which is build everything yourself. It's because I'm in for a little bit of torture. Anyway, what I am doing is I am playing with the build everything version. And that means, once it loads my map up, it's such a big map, it takes a long time, that I need to build a bridge to get to this side of the thing where the entire mining is at. Right now, I'm just teleporting from one side to the other, and that's not always a good thing because you can't always have your equipment where you want it. Now, to build this, it takes a significant amount of stuff. And if you're familiar with PV County or any of those, you'll know that the items that he calls out, let me slow myself back down, calls out in this list to avoid using too much product, do it concrete first, put it all in, then do the wood beams, put it all in, planking all in, nails all in, and then metal all in. Do not mix and match. That's a big no-no. You'll use 4 or 5 times more product than you need to, and your bridge will never build fully. I ran into that problem on a test map. Once I did the put in the 100,000 concrete, and then put in the 100,000 wood, and then the 100,000 planks, and blah blah blah, it built within a day and a half in game. So be aware of that. Anything you build it in the order he has it listed. Excuse me. In the order he has it listed to avoid any issues. And of course, now my throat's got to start like it always does. Okay, so on to that note, I am going to hop to the other side of the river. I'm here at the mine, and you can see he's got the mine divvied up in several different deposits. He's got coal, he's got cobalt, galena, basically a multi-fruit mine, which does a bunch of different ores. He's also got iron ore, he's got salt, he's got gravel, he's got sand, he has another pack of ore, which I'm not sure which ore it is, and he's got coal, and he's got a thing of copper. And in some of the different areas, like way up here in the corner, he has a massive sand deposit, which is like a beach if you go over here towards the edges. You will also find, when you come to the point of needing clay, it's this little field right here is your main clay deposit. And that little bugger is expensive. Let me see how much it is. It retails for $750,000. So you can see why it is getting very, very expensive to get started. Back to the mines, I want to show you how expensive those are and explain the reason why I gave myself $5 million. Okay, so to start out, you're going to need your concrete. Concrete is made up of gravel, sand, and water. So to get the gravel mine, you have to have this property right here, which is a gravel mine. That's $149,000 by itself. You need the sand mine, which is $387,000, and then you need a water spigot, which is not very expensive. Now, that's to make the concrete. When you get to the iron ore, you need the iron ore mine, which is $602,000 to get it. And then you also need the coal mine to use in the smelters, which is another $409,000. And then you need to buy this area right here, which is basically a stone mine, but you need that for later on production also. I do it because I pick up all the stone to get it out of the way of everything else. That basically explains why you need to have the starter money. If you want to do the very slow slog and everything realistic, you're going to want to pick up as many contracts as you possibly can to get started. They pay very, very well. $149,000 to plow field 31, Field 31 is way up here in the corner, right here, which is literally very hard to get to at this point. I'd have to go here, follow these trees up, go all the way around up over here, and blah, 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 unless I would use store deliveries. I took the contract because it's $149,000, but I don't know if I'll complete it. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. Once you get figured out how you're going to pay for all these mines so you can build your bridge within a reasonable amount of time, you're going to have certain equipment. I put down, after playing a test map, 3 small concrete plants, which are kicking out concrete at a reasonable amount. You're going to need at least 1, but I put down 3 smelters, which will start creating your iron ore, or your iron rolls like they do in Silver Run Forest and the Platinum expansion. And then I bought a variety of equipment. So again, that's why I gave myself $5 million. And you'll see it's still $5 million because I sold a bunch of equipment and stuff that he had on the farm. Anyway, I'm using several mods that come off of Ricci Valley or Ricci Cove, whichever Ricci map you want to play. And it's R-I-C-C-I is how it's spelled, by Old Man 102. I'm using the trailer, which I believe, stop moving, holds about 5 million units is the current setting I have on it. I'm not sure I'm going to use this, but I wanted it in case I needed it. Again, that's from I think that's Old Man 102, or is it Papa Smurf? I can't keep track of who's got what. Yep, it's by Papa Smurf. Sorry, I told you the wrong thing. It's a Pecan overloader, and you can get these on their Trello sites. Trello sites are kind of hard to navigate, but you can find them. I put the link in the chat, or I will put the link in the video description once I finish streaming to how to get the map for PV Canyon Crossing. I do not have the links for these mods because I got them when I was playing Ricci Valley. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm getting distracted. Sorry, folks. The one thing I deem as a absolute necessity when you're playing a map like this is the little beep beep, as I call it. It is the Unimog that's been specially modified by Old Man 102 for his mining maps. And it has a capacity of, I think right now I have it set to 500,000 in this little box, which is crazy, I know, but it makes life a lot simpler when you're doing this. You can do it with any mining equipment you want, but I choose to do it this way. And then I have their milling machine, or it's called a Frazee pack, I think. FR something. You'll find it under miscellaneous in the tab here, I think. Miscellaneous, all the way down through all the TLX stuff I have. No, where is it at? Is it Papa Smurf modding? Nope. Went past it twice. There it is. It's by Smurfinator, who's Papa Smurf. He has done a milling machine for them, which is phenomenal for doing anything, basically. It takes any product and it brings it in at a wider capacity than the machine actually does. I'll show you in a little bit what I mean by that. But if you can get your hands on that and the Unimog that is on Old Man 102's Trello site for Ricci Valley, you're going to be golden doing the mining. I've also got myself a little quad trailer. It's in-game mod hub. I've got myself a New Holland skid steer. That's what it's called. And I also have the Rockbuster add-on. All 3 of those come from the Platinum expansion. And I also have 2 TARDIS trailers, both set to, I think, 20,000 units. One is diesel and one is water. I need the diesel to run my rock crusher in a little bit, and then I also need water to do the concrete. So let's go take a tour of the mine. We're going to hop in here. Oh, and throw our our thing. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, get in there. Okay, so we're gonna go take a tour of the mine real quick, and I'll show you what is going on with the mine. And this little truck is a beast when you get going. It goes up these hills with zero problems because he's got it beefed up a little bit. I think it's 600 horsepower, 500 horsepower, somewhere in there. You'll find several areas where he's got little plugs like that orangish red back behind the truck there. Those are breakable rocks with the skid steer rock breaker that we have. You can also find all of this gravel that I'm driving over is scoopable with this mining rig, which I'll show you real quick. Perfect spot to show you. Unfold the pipe, bring it back to the right setting with Y on your controller, fire it up, drop it down, and go. And you'll see it's picking up all of that gravel that's on the ground for me. And I'm driving at, about 25 miles an hour, picking up all this gravel. Now, I'll need gravel later on, so this isn't a waste of time. But it sure beats driving the wheel loaders and stuff. At least in my opinion, it does. I can pick up a huge amount of rock very, very quickly. One thing, if you use this, what I would suggest is, right here's my coal mine. You want to take this and scoop a few little swipes with the rock picker, like I was just doing, in front of this mine. Because when you break these big boulders, they'll give you coal. And if you don't pick up the rock first and dump it into a silo of some sort, when you go to pick this up, it'll lose a bunch of coal for you. So, anyway. Again, I used the skid steer with the rock breaker on this because he had it blocked off with big boulders like this. They break down, and I think the ones I broke to get to the main coal mine gave me about 100,000 units of coal. And let's get this up off the ground, fold the pipe. So I showed you how to use that. Now, we're going to go tour real quick. He's got a really cool layout here, this mine. I'm really, really enjoying this map. As you can see, he's got these rocks that you can break here, and you can break all of them that block this little bit of mine. I'm not exactly sure which item is behind here. It's some ore. It might be salt, actually. And on down the different layers. Once you get everything opened up with the little, the skid steer, I've already opened them up. That's why I'm not doing it. You can just park that, and you don't really need it anymore. But I would hang on to it in case you need to open up things wider than I have them, which is just like 1 or 2 vehicle widths, and all of a sudden this is really driving bad. Anyway, let's see. We're gonna go down here, park this, and then I'm gonna show you the main way you traverse between the different areas. We're gonna go ahead and park this, and I'm gonna load up my semi real quick with a load of product that I need to take to my warehouse. Oh, stop brakes. There you go. And I'm just excited to show you guys this, and sorry for the disjointed talking and teaching, but it's a lot to remember, a lot to learn. And I don't want to throw my truck. Why is Lumberjack has given me issues. And you'll see my frame drops really bad right here because I'm using an auto load trailer. I might have to get rid of it because the frame drops are horrible. And for some reason, my super strength is giving me issues now. It shouldn't even be available because it's disabled in F12. So, not sure why it's telling me I have to throw everything. Alright, well, let me try a key binding reset. Sometimes I have to do that, and I don't know why, but it annoys the beejiminies out of me when I have to do this, because it, like, messes up all of the settings. Okay, I can't get into the vehicle without tossing it. Why is this all of a sudden giving me issues? It was playing fine just a little while ago. Oh, because the key is trying to tell me keyboard. this is what I mean. I don't know if you guys have been having this issue, but I've been having a ton of issues with the keyboard and the controller fighting over who gets to control the keys. And I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe if somebody out there can give me a hint, it'd be awesome. But I'm having a ton of problems picking up different things. Or key bindings. And I'm using an auto-load trailer that I got off one of the mod hubs online. It's called a Benson something. Low loader category. It is called a Benson flatbed. It's a mod from, like I said, one of the mod hubs. I don't know which one. This Great Dane is also auto-load, so I might give that one a shot. Not quite sure, but you can use any trailer you want. You just got to get it set up so it works to your need. And here's the little quad trailer. It's called Quad Transport. It's in the in-game mod hub. I have several other trailers loaded, but they don't work as well. These gooseneck trailers, they work good behind a pickup, but you have to manually load everything, and I got tired of manually loading. So anyway, we're going to go pick up our concrete and get that loaded on here also, and I'll show you the other thing you should buy when you first start this. Load this up. And the semi I'm using is from Winston9587, I think his name is. And it's part of his cat pack that he has available on the internet. And again, I think you'll find him on the Trello boards, but you can just search Winston9587. And it's one of the big K100s he's got for Farm Sim. But it's part of his cat pack. I just love that pack. So I use it a lot in my games. I think it's a sweet looking K100. Anyway, let's go back over here. We'll go over to the warehouse. And just as a quick note, if you use this Benson trailer, it gives you the option to, where is it? Fold low loader, where it says key binding X. If you do that, it fills up an airbag or something underneath it, and it really makes it tippy and top heavy, so you're going to tip over constantly. I would recommend you get rid of the air. I'm not sure if it's an airbag or what's going on, but do that and you won't have any stability issues with the trailer. Because before, if I would go like this, it would want to tip. And now it does it some, but it really has to get rocking before it'll do it. Before it was horrible. I'd do the slightest little turn and it would tip. And, and I think what's causing it, you can't really see it, is his wheels on the other, the version are a little bit off. And if you use the airbag I just showed you, the front set of duals do not even touch the ground. So I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, but whatever, I'll deal with it. I know I'm dumping a lot of information in the very beginning here, but I'm trying to get everybody up to speed and how to do this. So what I'm going to do is I've purchased this building, which is called, what is it called? It is called R. Bauer Logistics. If you bring up your map, excuse me, bring up your map, it is this building right here in the center of the screen. And it is not cheap. So you highlight it, and the value is $1,717,000. It can store anything you throw at it but your produce, which is from your greenhouses. It stores pallets of iron, steel, glass, clay bricks, whatever. And I would highly suggest you use this. It is just one of those things. And it's just one of those things where you just need to work on figuring out how to pay for it. Like I said, you can do it in any way you want. You can mow grass until your heart's content. You can do what I'm doing. Do a simple cheat. Give yourself $5,000. Give yourself a running head start. Or you can work contracts until your eyes bleed. So it's just not one of those things that I enjoy doing. So this will auto load, and you'll see it automatically takes it out, and it's draining those pallets. So, and then if you get out of your truck and turn all the way around like I just did the wrong way. You go in here. This is your warehouse. Now, it's not going to show anything on the shelves because that causes frame rate drops. But if you go over to... Where's the marker? I think it's out here in front. He's got it all working, so everything works and does it. There is a loading zone. If you go over to this marker here... Actually, no, not that marker. You go to the other marker right over here. This one. You can spawn whatever you want. Now, I need 100,000 concrete, and I only have 20,000. So I've got a long ways to go before I get concrete ready for the bridge. But there is one way to travel that is not by teleport. It is a very slow method of travel, but he does provide you with travel to get to the other side of the river. And that is through this little vehicle right here, the barge. The barge is cool. I really like it. But again, it's a very slow method of travel. You hop in it like any other vehicle, and you can just back up, back away, turn around, do your things, do whatever you need to do with it. And it takes forever to stop, so don't get irritated with it. It's like a real boat. It takes a while to coast to a stop, and then it'll coast in for a landing. You can drop the barriers. You can put straps down. You can't see them real well at this angle, but you can put straps down on the vehicles so they can't move. You've got a full set of lights on it, so you can do night travel. A little bit of everything. Now, when you're on this and you're right here to start, you have to travel here and then all the way down here to land again. And this is where you're going to build your bridge. So you've got a long river travel to bring the concrete over once you have enough built. Kind of a pain, I know, but it builds a really cool wooden concrete bridge, wooden/concrete. And it'll build it right here at this spot. And there's another one that'll build over here somewhere, and a couple more. There's one here, and I think there's one right here also, or in these neighborhood. There's 3 or 4 different bridges you can do. And he's got little concrete markers where different stuff is located. When you use the barge, you have to go to the ones that are the same height as the barge, or you cannot get onto the barge with your vehicles. I've had a little bit of trouble with the barge moving away as I drive my semi onto it, or if I back my semi off of it. I'll show you real quick here. I have trouble with it sliding back. So if there's a way to get that to stop, somebody please tell me, because I've been very frustrated. I will bring my semi over and show you real quick. Basically, you just drive on, you back off, no big deal. I need to hop on and drop the barriers real quick. And for some reason, my lumberjack is stuck, and I'm not sure why. It wants to pick up and throw everything. Anyway, I'll hop into the vehicle here. It's not going to let me. Okay, there we go. I have to drop the barriers so I can get on. And then I'm going to grab my semi. Make sure you're up against the thing here. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble getting your semi onto it. And you can load the vehicle up. You don't have to have just an empty semi. And you can fit 2 semis on here. Easy, side by side. I would get yourself on. And then you get on far enough that you clear the barriers when you put them back up. Make sure your vehicle's shut off. Come back over here to the vehicle. Put your barriers up, and then you can tie it down. And you can see them if I zoom in. Whoops, sorry, my camera doesn't want to go. These little striped lines that are across the deck, those are tie downs. And they tie down your semi so it doesn't fly away. I've had it almost fly off the thing before. And I've got the volume of this turned way, way down because of the fact that it is very noisy and it sounds like a broken record when you're driving. So, not something I really want to do. So I'm going to release all the tie downs, everything, jump out, and we're going to get back in the semi. And now I'm going to back it off, and you'll kind of see it slide a little bit when I'm backing off. Maybe this one won't do it, but the other one on the other end of the thing does. But that's how you travel. And you can travel only to ports that have this lower section. He's got everything outlined in walls that is up against the river, or he's got really high banks. You can only land at spots that are the same height as your barge. So, with all of that said, I hope I lost everybody. Actually, I don't. I hope I didn't lose anyone. You'll see he's got these blue billboards everywhere. That's another bridge. He's got other products you build, and as you put the products in, it builds the building. It's really cool how he's done this. Those of you who have seen PV County know what it's like. But this one requires a totally different group of stuff. So it's got blocks, glass, drywall, pavers, shingles, fabric, metal, floor tiles, concrete, and staircase railing. As far as I know, the floor tiles and staircase railing come from the Platinum expansion. And then the fabric, of course, is from your sheep or cotton, however you choose to do that. Your shingles, I think, are custom to his. I'm not sure if it's in the Platinum expansion or not. But everything in the production and everything is all interconnected. Everything requires little bits and pieces that every other production does. And I'll show you more yet. This map is absolutely loaded with stuff to do. And it could be an easy multiplayer, years of playing it to get it all done. Let's see. He's got an Alcoa plant, which has a totally different set of stuff needed. He's got, let's see, what's this one? This one, I'm not sure what it is. It is the steel factory, which is something you'll have to build eventually because you need the products that are made by the steel factory. And in order to see the outputs, you have to go into the build menu to see them. But as you can see, any place that has a fence like this around it is a place you can build. And it is amazing. This building right over here is your main shop where everything will spawn if you don't have store deliveries on. Let's see. And he's got buildings that are already determined as sell points. He's got more sell points you can put down. He's got a very, very unique system that I do not know how he came up with this. This is crazy. But one thing I wanted to show you real quick, these are sell points. He's got a Walmart, he's got a something else, some farmer's market, and then he's got these buildings back here that are all closed up. You can't do anything with them. These are meant to be exploded. Yep, you create dynamite in this game. And then you use them to blow it up, and then you can take all of the stuff that is debris from the buildings and use it in your other productions. I'm not sure how to do the dynamite because I've never built it in this game, but you can definitely make it. So he's got a lot of stuff here you can explode, and then once you explode it and clean all the stuff up, you can actually build new buildings on that area. And let me show you on the map. He's got areas all over the place that have. He has one up here that has some buildings to blow up. He's got some other homes and things up there. He's got the sawmill and stuff right here. And you can't see the icons until you purchase the stuff. So if somebody's got a map with everything revealed, it would be awesome if somebody would post a link to it, because I still haven't found everything. A lot of your produce for your greenhouse is going to be down in this area, so it's going to be another section you have to buy, like your Dole plant, like Dole pineapple kind of plant. He's got another section over here that has a bunch more buildings in it. He's got a pizza place. He's got, I think he's even got a Whataburger is one of the, or Whataburger, whatever, up here that is a sell point where you can sell like tomatoes and onions and things like that. And now where the cool part is when you get to the building menu or construction menu, he's got his own tab. He's got so many things, he put it in his own tab. First, I'm going to show you one thing. If you're looking for a silo to put all your mining goods in, it's under the silos and it's way down here, and it's got the tag mining silo. It holds 200 million units, which holds everything that is mined except for lime. Lime is the only thing that's not allowed inside that. And I just put down one of these from the Modern Farm Pack in-game mod hub, and it holds my 10 million units of lime. Anything else I sell. Okay, now on to his tab. You're going to see a lot of stuff in this tab. The first thing he has is housing. Housing is a very unique thing to DatchNet. I've never seen it in any other game. You put down a building like this, one of the apartment buildings, which is, you can't even see it, it's so big. You put it down, and it creates, you put in electricity into that building, and it'll recreate garbage, and it'll also create people. People are used in your factories. Once you get to putting down or opening up the actual factories, like the Dole plant, the pizza plant, the whatever plant it is, those are needed in a lot of factories. It's pretty crazy. And every one of these, he has, I don't know how many different styles. Each one of them it generates people. Instead of like an income, it'll generate people if you put electricity to it. You don't have to have a single electricity output to every house. You can do like 4 or 5 houses, maybe 5 or 6 even. Never tested it, to 1 or 2 like solar panels or wind turbines, that kind of thing, which he has under his power category. They're specially modded to work with his products. So like the solar panels will follow the sun and they'll give you electricity. The wind will obviously do the wind to give you electricity, such and such and such. He also gives you a diesel generator, which you can run and power things. He also gives you a steam turbine. I've never played with a steam turbine, but it sounds like it'd be a blast. So we'll have to check that out, maybe if I get that far. And then under tier 1 is where you're going to start seeing your productions. He has a bee farm, which I have never got to that point because you have to build the bee farm itself. And you also have to build the hive production. To do that, you need glue, planks, and nails. And then that gives you bees. Then you need the bees to open up the bee farms. So you can see how everything is kind of interconnected. So it's pretty crazy. And to do the greenhouses, you need compost. And then to do the compost, you need grass, manure, diesel, chaff, wood chips, straw, or not sure what that is. There's copper maybe? I don't know what this is. And it gives you compost. Compost is needed in your greenhouses. Same with the flour mill. Flour mill's pretty straightforward. It does everything, and it also does potato flour and sorghum flour. So it's pretty crazy what he has going. I think this is rice here. You can mine gold. I'm not exactly sure where you find gold. I think you have to have gravel, and then it extracts gold from it, which I'm not sure. I think you need to just have that, diesel and water, and it gives you gold, which you can sell for money. Same with the Gold Master Sand. Large greenhouses aren't that huge, actually, but they produce a lot, and they produce everything from cucumbers to apples to nuts to pumpkins, cabbages, watermelons, onions, you name it. Same with the spice greenhouse. That's not very big, but it produces, I don't even know what all that is. I think the very last one is hemp, but from the other ones, I'm not sure. Then he's got orchards that have everything you need. It spawns plants in the center, and you have to have empty pallets, water, herbicide, lime, compost, and seed or fertilizer. So you have everything you need in there, and it does peaches, oranges, coconuts, apricots. Don't even know what all of them are. He's got a loom that makes your fabric. You can take your wool over there, your cotton over there, your hemp, and he also does. I want to say this is flax, but I don't think it is. I'll look in the second here. He's got oil production. He's got ovens for making bread. He's got pallet company for making all your pallets you need. Again, you need planks and pallets. But these are not cheap. They're 50, 60,000 each. So, and as you get going, it gets more and more expensive. He's got a seed maker, seed and fertilizer maker. He's got a straight seed maker. He's got the smelters like I put down. They're not very expensive, but they are what you need to get started in smelting. There's bigger ones. Once you start building the factories, you can build a steel mill, and that'll start doing that for you instead of the smelters. You can sell them at that point. Stone processors. You can do lime, gypsum, calcium carbonate, and limestone. They make your drywall and things that you need for building the buildings. So that's something I'll eventually need to put down too. And on we go. Sugar mills. Baby sugar mill. It kicks out really fast, so be careful with that one. Tier 2. You have a butcher shop, a charcoal, small concrete sawmill, exotic oils, McCain's, which does a bunch of different things, and it produces snack foods and compost. And you'll see right here it has people, the red, yellow, and green, or I'm sorry, red, blue, and green. Those are people. Then you have morale, and you have support. Morale and support is produced by other buildings. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Or I'll show you the gist of it. You can even make caskets and run a morgue. So he's got a lot. Bakery extended. You can make flavored breads, basically, and stuff in there. Grain mill, you do a lot more grain, and it does faster production, and also it requires people and stuff to run. One thing I did forget to tell you, Productions Revamp is also on set that you download with this map. So don't upgrade it. I don't believe you can. I wouldn't. Just to be on the safe side, I'd leave it what he runs, just to be sure that everything works smoothly. Carpentry extended, cereal extended, dairy, oil mill, juice, spinnery, sugar, tailor, vinegar, shell fuel, soy drink factory. He's got a whiskey factory. He's got a winery. And then you go to tier 3, and he goes to the large greenhouses, the large herb greenhouses, peanut factory, Pepsi, blah, 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 on and on and on and on. And you never really get to the end. Then you have tier 4. And tier 4 are the big dogs. They're the ones that put out lots and lots of stuff, like your huge steel factory, your water treatment plant, all of those. And you'll see if you watch this, every one of them requires people, morale, and support. And in order to get that, you have to build these little things here. You have to put houses down, give them power, and then each one of these little extra buildings he has here will generate people. This one generates support. This one generates people. This one generates support. And then this one, and I think these other ones start to generate morale. This one supports morale. So you had to have them down somewhere on the map with electricity in order to get that done. And what that does is it gives you a bonus to your productions, like 25% if you get them maxed out. This is just mind-boggling when you start thinking of all the stuff he's got. He's got Heinz Electronics, steel factories, water towers. Then he's got a whole set of stores, or storages, let me go that way, where you can store your, what is that? Shell station with truck fuel stop. He's got Meridian things where you can store your lime and storage. He's got barrel storage, chipboard, pallets, paper, resin, and all of these are auto loads. So you just drive up with your trailer or whatever, it auto loads it, and then you spawn it when you want it. He's got a cogent storage, which is woods chips, which is probably needed once you get the big lumberyard going. And I'm running out of breath. He's got the big Bauer Logistics building that we just bought. He's got another one you can put down if you need it. He's got your produce storage. Once it loads here. Come on, load. It's being difficult. It doesn't want to load the produce storage. But that holds 2,600,000 liters. He's got a shell station. And he's got little tiny pallet storage, which can be bales or pallets. And then we move on to the sell points. I'm not even going to read them all because he's got so many of them built into the map, and then he's got extras you can put down. I mean, you can even sell surfboards. So, and you can also do a graveyard, which is where you, I think, use your caskets. Not sure. It's kind of a morbid subject, so I have never looked at it. And then there's nothing under the build category right now. And then you have the others, which are the ones that generate the people and the morale and the this one's gemstones and things. Not sure what that is. A mining shed, and I think you get gemstones you can sell. This one's an event center, and it gives you bunnies, caskets, presents, and something. Not sure what that is. Anyway, that's the quick tour. This map is insane, all he's got it built into it, which is why I said it's a perfect multiplayer. So, that said, we're going to drive back to the mining operation I got going, and then we're going to jump over to the house and sleep so it's daytime so you guys can see what's going on. And then we're going to figure out what we want to do first. Not exactly sure what we're going to be doing here, but we got lots to do. We're going to be continuing to put out the stone or the mining products and what do you call it? Stockpiling those until we get the 100,000 of stuff put up. One thing I do need to do once the sun is up again is get my lumber yard figured out where I want to put that. So we're going to go ahead and park our semi right over here. And then we're going to double check our productions, make sure they're still full so they don't run out overnight. As you can see, I'm just running concrete out of all 3 concrete productions right now because I want them. If I had owned houses and I had electricity down to them, I would gradually start to get morale support and labor. Those are expensive, so you're going to have to build up to having those. My nails, the glass is out of space. Nails, I'm out of iron ore, so I need to fill that. But I'm also making glass because that's sand and I had plenty of sand. So we are going to do that. Metals out of iron ore. Okay, looks like everybody's out of iron ore, so we need to do that quick before we close down for the night. Jump out of that one. We'll go over to our little beep beep here and get that. Oh, and it's being difficult. Oops, wrong one. There we go. I'm going to drop the thing off the front so I can drive without it. Turn on the extremely bright lights he has on this vehicle. And we're going to go over to our mining silo that I put down, which is another expense. Again, why I gave myself $5 million, because there's a lot of stuff you need to get started. And this isn't even touching the farming side of stuff. No, no. Oh, that's right. I have rocks in here. I got to empty the rocks out. Let's go forward. Empty the rocks out. Go to the other side and dump them. But I just love this little Unimog. It is one of the best things that have been created since sliced bread, I think. It's a cute little vehicle. It's a beast. And it has a front loader on the front. Or a 3-point hitch on the front. And this is going to take a second because I have over 300,000 units in this little thing. So unfortunately, we're going to be working in the dark. So I want to keep this going overnight. I don't want it to sit idle all night long, my iron. So if we don't have enough iron in here, which we will do this, and oh, we have plenty. We'll take... I think each one takes 50 to get it full again. I'm not sure. So we'll take 150,000 just for giggles. And then we're going to go fill our iron ore up again. Now this has a kind of a tight trigger on the back of it. So we can go ahead and just dump. You have to hit it just right, otherwise the trigger won't pop up. That is, the truck itself has a tight little trigger. So we'll put that right there, and put that there. Get her loaded up. And yeah, all this done. Okay, so we're back in production on that now. We'll go dump this so I can use it again in the morning if I need to, but we'll keep that going overnight. And then we will go ahead and hop over to the farm, sleep, and then we will go ahead and get this done. And this is where I was talking. On this silo especially, it has a very small little spot. One thing cool I'm going to show you about this vehicle is it has interchangeable backs, just like the TLX, Phoenix, and all those have. This one has multiple different ones you can get. And again, I don't remember exactly where they're at, so it'll take me a second. I don't remember if they're in trailers or if they're in miscellaneous. Wrong button. Miscellaneous, I think they're in trailers, I want to say. Yep, I think so. So we'll go up into trailers and wrong button again. Trailers. And then we'll zoom all the way to the end. I have quite a few mods. I don't have a ton, but you'll see right here, he's got 3 different backs on it. You can put a tanker, a box, or a lime spreader. So those 3. And they hold any product you can throw at them because it's made by Old Man 102, who also makes production maps. So anyway, we'll park this and then we're going to go take care of our sleeping time and save real quick. And then we'll get back to figuring out how to do our, how and where to do our lumberyard. All right, let's hop over to the house, which is right here. And we're going to go ahead and sleep the night away because it's really dark right now. Turn that on so I can see where to go. Right up here and trigger sleep. We'll get up at 8. We're going to sleep in just the tiniest little bit. And we'll do that. And then I'm going to save so I don't lose anything we've done, which is not a whole lot, but I've explained a lot to you. And we will zoom down here, save the game real quick. And it will take a little bit to save because there's a lot of information it's saving. So just be patient with it. Hope you guys really, really, really give this guy a chance and play with it. And it is a phenomenal map. I don't know how he does half the coding that he does, but it's pretty crazy. Let's see. Okay, so now we can look at this. One thing I would like to do is keep the lumberyard on this side of the north side of the main river. Again, we are right here, and our bridge we have to build is right here. And our barge entrance is right here. So what we're going to do is probably build it right in this area. And I've already purchased Field 8 and Field 4. Not sure why I built Field 4. Let me see if that actually has anything in it. Oh, it's because I bought those in for the main farm. The main farm gives you this chunk here, like 3 fields and then the main farm. And then this is your silo, which it holds grain only. I discovered that the hard way. It does not hold anything but grain, which is kind of silly. It should be made to hold everything on the map, I would think, or anything that you can produce on a farm. But I digress. So we're going to run over to Field 8. Put my track shoes on. Up over and run over to Field 8, which is this way. Sorry, it makes me dizzy too, trying to run through here. But I want to get here quickly. I don't want to spend all day running. And I think we're on Field 8 right now. And yep, we are. So this is where we're going to set up our lumberyard. Now, if you look at his productions, which I know I spent a lot of time going through, we are going to look for PV mods, tier 1, and we're going to find the small lumberyard. I'm not sure where it's at, so it's going to take a second or two. So, might be tier 2. Oh, here we go. It's called the Elm Creek Sawmill. I'm not sure if it's the one that's on Elm Creek, but it's a nice little sawmill, and we're going to put it down over here. Now, I want to have it so I have plenty of space to put storages down, because again, this will produce more, more than you need to do for your productions, and you need storehouses to store them in. Again, why I gave myself $5 million. So you do this, put this down, and then I always, when I play his maps, I always go into the storage and I put down a, where is it? A wood beam and a plank storage. And I'm going to face them so I can just drive them right alongside of them with my truck. And then I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to put down the one for resin, because that is a byproduct that's made for doing that. And I'm going to be doing that in a little while. I'm not going to be doing it immediately. But these are all like the bale barns you can get. These all house the products. Now, what I'm going to do instead of trying to do all of the logging, which I absolutely hate. You've never seen me do logging on this again, and you probably never will. I'm going to use F12 to get me a little bit of logs just to get started. I am not going to do all of them that way, but I'm going to do a few just to get the production started. So you do F12, you do this one here, and no you don't. You do, where is it? Spawn items. Spawn spruce. And I'm going to do the biggest log I can, 16 feet, and I'm going to do, say, 20 of them, or even 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so I got 10 logs. And then you're just going to do, if I slow down, we're going to do the trigger, get those into our production, and then we're going to open up our production and get that started. Now, the bridge takes planks long and wood beams. It doesn't take any planks that I'm aware of. So we're going to get both of these started first. And then I'm going to run over to where the bridge actually is and double check that. What I do is I take a picture of the sign with my phone, and then I have it as a quick reference. So it's this way, down here, and don't run into the water. I've done that a couple times. I'm zipping through here and ran right into the water. And you'll see the blue sign start to appear here. There it is. Blue sign. So we need concrete, wood beams, plank log, nails, and metal. Again, concrete first, wood beams, plank log, nails, and metal. Make sure you stay in that order. Otherwise, it is a waste of huge amounts of product. Anyway, we need to get the wood beam and planks going. And that's what we have over here. Now, my way of logging is not what anybody else would log, but for me, it's the easiest way, and I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to put some more gravel down because I hate all these bushes. So we're going to do some quick landscaping. Painting, and we're going to just, no, painting, and we're going to do, he has a bunch of different textures in here that I don't really need, that are used in his game. So I'm just going to do this one. We're going to make our square fairly big, and we're just going to include all of these. I don't want to cover up the loading zones, though, because I can't see them if I do that. So I'm just going to clear this area, and then I'm going to clear this area here up to the road. I'm not going to cover his road. So I can have just a nice little area to work in, that I'm not surrounded by thousands of bushes everywhere I look. All right, so now what I do, I'm going to bring in store deliveries, so I don't have to drag the equipment all the way from the house back over here, which is a semi-long drive. I have loaded in the, let's see, large tractors. And you're probably going to laugh at me when I do my logging this way, but it's the fastest way I've seen and at least frustration for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself, where is it? The big case that came out not too awfully long ago. This guy. I'm going to buy this case. And everything looks kind of small in his store, but it functions just fine. There's no problems. We're going to do this. Actually, you know what? That's $300,000. Let's go with the Bull. It's got just about as much horsepower. 705 is the top. That should be great plenty for what I want to do with it. And I'm going to irritate a lot of you and go bright yellow with it so I can see it. And then interior, we're going to go gray. I hate the white interior in these. And then we're going to purchase that. And it's a lot cheaper than the case. So that's why I'm doing this. And then we're going to go down to the logging section. Where's that at? Forestry equipment. And I'm going to get just a simple yarder. One of these guys. Super simple. You don't fight with the key bindings and all that stuff. And again, my tractor is lined up. I'm going to go get this. And we're just going to pick this up. Now, the reason I got a 700 horsepower tractor is because I'm going to be pulling these trees up to the sell point. Yes, I know it's slow, and I'll do most of my logging off screen so you guys don't have to be tortured. But this is how I do it, because I do not like the Ponzi's. I do not like the other harvesting equipment that's out there. So we're going to do that, and we're going to buy ourselves a chainsaw. Super, super simple to do all this stuff. And plus with Lumberjack, which I've been having trouble finding this in the mod hub, but if you have Lumberjack, you just, you don't want to use Lumberjack to cut down your tree, obviously, because you'll get rid of the tree. So you just want to cut it down. And then you're going to take your tractor with the yarder, back up to it, and yank it over to the sell point. It's really not a hard thing to do, but it's the easiest way I've found to do logging. That's not using the big Ponzi's and things. And my thing won't let me in my tractor. Thank you. Alright, so make sure you're close enough that you can reach. And then you just grab your string and go whap. Jump in your tractor and drag it out. Super simple. You don't have to delimit. You don't have to do anything. You just drag it over. And then you rinse and repeat until you get yourself a happy quantity. So you stop here, drop off the yarder. Actually, you don't even have to release the yarder to get this to work. And then you just go bam, and you got a tree. Super fast, simple, and then you give your tractor a toss in the process. I got to do that too. And then you just rinse and repeat. So it's pretty cool, super simple, and you know, without joysticks and stuff, the lumberyard or lumbering things can be really kind of a pain in the neck. And it's just not something I'm willing to deal with. I tried it, and I was cursing. I was not happy. I was frustrated. And my buddy, Little Mike, was like, why are you doing if it's torturing you this much? And I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to be official. So I quit. And I do it this way. And then I go and I do like 4 or 5 trees at a time. And then I haul them all in. Oops. Come on, stand still. And once they fall over, you can just run over here with your chainsaw and wait till the red beacon shows, and then you can get rid of the stump. Super simple, super fast. And I always get rid of the little bit of tree that's left right there, because otherwise it'll jam up your autoload if it gets into the main area. So we're going to do this. Get rid of the stump, and we cut up that. Put away our chainsaw, jump in the tractor, back up to our log, pop out, hook up the yarder, bam, jump back in and drag it. It's super, super simple. You don't have to mess with any of the other pain in the butt stuff. So this way I get all of it done, still doing the real work, and we're doing that. Alright, hop out, run over, do this. And you can see that it adds up really quick in there. We already have 31,000 in logs, so it's not that big a deal. But we're going to go ahead and just do planks and beams, and then we have our concrete in our 3 concrete plants, and we have our iron in our 3 smelters. So that's the basics of the productions that you want to do first. That should get you all the pieces you need to build the first bridge. Keep in mind, the first bridge you're going to need. So far I've found 4 bridges on this map, and I haven't finished the runaround. But to finish out the episode, I think I'm going to try and do some on that contract. And this could be a pain, so we'll see. Again, I need to look and see where this contract was at, which is Field 31. Way the heck over on the far edge of the map. Way over here. I have a plowing contract. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use this bull to save money. Leave the yarder. And I'm going to buy one of my special plows that was given to me by a friend named Gaia. And I'm going to use a cheater plow because it's something that you don't do very often. And I hate traditional plows. Just put it simply. It's called a 30-meter plow. It is from the online mod hub. Super simple. It gets your plowing done in a heartbeat. It's only $50,000. Yes, I cheat. Not gonna hide any question about that. Whoops, I'm on the wrong side. So we're going to take this, we're going to drive all the way across the map, if I can find my way across, and we're going to go to the plowing job and get this done. Now, it sits at a goofy angle because the pickup of the bull is really tall, so we're just going to do it. And we have a long drive ahead of us because we need to get all the way to the other side. And there's no pathways going through the trees that I've been found yet. He has a road going up to them, but I don't think it goes through. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody please prove me wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go up along here. And you can see he's got some dead trees here. These, I believe, give you charcoal. Not 100% sure. I haven't cut one down yet, but you guys can test it out for yourselves. And I'll probably test it when I get that far. But you just got to kind of skirt on this road in between these two. Kind of hard to see because of the overhanging trees, so I'm going to switch to first person. And, excuse me, we'll just fly along here, get through these heavy trees, and then I think we need to go... Not sure if this road goes all the way, so we'll keep following it for now. This one, which way do we go? We're splitting. That one goes way north where we need to be, so we're going to go the south branch. That should take us past some more buildings you can blow up, and then there's the large sawmill and stuff down here. He's got stuff to build and tear apart all over this map. Excuse me. I'm going to get a drink of water while we're driving here. Maybe. If my controller will cooperate. Okay. And we're going to go whipping up this hill right here because I want to show you where you get your clay from. Yeehaw! Alright, so we are right here. And this is where you get your clay. Now, the cool thing about this is it's dry and there's no clay visible. You have to wait until it rains. Once it rains, on the far side over here, you will begin to see a dark reddish-brown patch appear. And it will be available. And if you use the milling machine like I have, you can go up to like truck height in the water and mill without a problem, because it has a snorkel on it. If you don't use that vehicle, then you have to wait until the water evaporates after the rain to expose that for you to mine. Friggin' crazy idea. It works really super cool. And if you fast forward while the water is in the puddle, you can actually see the water going down. Super, super cool. That's the big steel power plant and the sawmill. And he also has ports right there because I forgot to show you, but in the vehicle mods, he has his own little thing. It's called boats. You can get a grain barge, container barge, fishing boat, a regular barge, oil carrier, and a speedboat. These, you can do crude oil transport. This one does container transport, and this one does, of course, grain. You can go fishing off of these, and I think he has fishing out in the lake, too. But it is crazy what this guy has built into this map. And I will not stop saying it because I've been playing since PV County first came out, and I never did finish PV County for FS19. because there was so much to do. And back then, he didn't have it optimized, and that was all new technology with global companies, so it stuttered really, really bad when you got huge amounts of stuff started. Once you get to the point of having this ready to go, and you know, it should run a lot smoother because FS22 is much more optimized than 19 was, you should have no problems. But if you're going to play multiplayer, I would definitely put it on a server so you're not taxing one person's computer with this gigantic map. And like I said, he does have a server version of the map that you use on like G-Portal or whatever platform you choose. So we have a little bit of a drive here, and I'm not sure where my first road is to cut across, so we're just going to keep driving. And then we're going to do our plowing and get that done. It shouldn't take long to get this plowing done because this is a 30-meter plow, which is about 60 feet, give or take. We're going to just cut across here. And this plow does not have collision on it, so you're going to be able to go through trees or go around trees and stuff with no problem. But the trick is to just get there first. What else can I say about this? It's a lot of fun. I started playing a solo game, and my buddy Mike is playing another solo version of it. But we messed up the first bridge, putting stuff in the wrong order, and the bridge never did finish. So that's why I'm stressing the idea that you start with each one on the very top item. Make sure you put all of it in first, then go to the second item, put all of it in, go to the third item, put all of it in, or stockpile everything and put it in at one time. Now, I did not set this to make sure I do not have crop destruction. Let me double check. I recommend seasons off on this also because it's a beast. When you're in the winter months and you have snowmobiling, you can't do hardly anything. But I turned off crop destruction, turned on plowing, turned off fieldstone because I have no use for it, and I turned off weeds because I have no use for weeds. So, where is the field I need to go to? Should be coming up soon. Oh, we're there. This is the field right in front of us. Okay. So we'll cruise down to the end. Looks like it was a parsnip field or something. And I'm running the premium expansion. Just to see, because I've never done any of it. And Sri looks like a cool map, but I don't know if it's for me. So we'll check it out with this one. See what we can do. Alright. And I'm going to extend this. And this is a cool thing. And then it grows. And yes, it's cheating, and I don't care. So, I'm going to back up a little more so I can see where I'm going. And then you back up, line up. And with this monster of a field, I'm going to let him plow at whatever speed he wants to plow. So we're going to hire a worker, and I'm going to hit Alt-0 because I have the real speed mod in. And he can just go to town. We're just going to let him go. And he gets to go at 23 miles an hour. Is pretty good. And it's going to take him a long time regardless because this is a massive field. And this is actually one of the small fields. When you get over here to this one, or to this big guy, or this one, or this one, this one, this one, they're all huge. But when you get the productions going, you need this kind of quantities off of stuff. So I would highly recommend you find your favorite cheater mods, unless you're gonna torture yourself to no end, and get them set up. Make your mod pack as small as you can. Mine is a little bit bigger than it should be because I couldn't decide what I wanted to use, and I haven't cleaned it out yet. Once I get everything settled the way I want it, I'm going to go through and clean out the stuff I'm not using, and take out the additional versions of the map to make sure the save game is small enough that it doesn't cause problems. This is I don't remember how big the download was for this. It's fairly large though because it has 4 different maps in it. 5 different maps in it actually, because it's got the 4 farms and then the server version. So you can see how long it's taken him to do one pass. Now he'll turn around and keep going. And it's going to take a while to do this field. But this plow does not have collisions on it, so he has no problems turning around the trees or anything. And then, boom. So we're going to hop back and let him work. We're going to hop back over to the mine and pick up some more stuff. Come on, pick up the wood. Yeah, I know I was rolling, sorry. I know you don't like it. So we're going to do this and just keep stockpiling stuff and reloading them. Keep it going, because we need all the stuff we can get. And this is a small version, so once you get enough stuff done and you get the main bridge built and you get enough money saved up to do it, unless you're cheating the money in, you can get everything started, but it's going to take you a while. You can get the larger versions of all of these things started. This setup with the truck, trailers, the little Unimog, and the skid steer and everything like that took me about $3.5 million to buy. And that includes the land for the mines. So it's not a cheap start. So just to let you know. But if you guys want to see more of this, I'm going to do a few episodes on it. And then if you want to see more, put a like on the thing and let me know. Or comment or something. Let me know if you want to see more. Because I'm willing to keep going as long as... Whoa, oh, we're full. Keep going as long as you guys want to see this. I'm hoping one of these series gets a lot more visibility than some of the other series I've had. This one should never run out of things to do. Because once I start getting the farm going and the greenhouses and all of that stuff, it should not have any problem whatsoever keeping us busy. You can see my trailer, it wants to tip a little bit, but it doesn't flip unless you go drastically turning. So yeah, just to reiterate, you need to go to his Trello board. I'll make sure when I post this video, I have the link to his Trello board in there. And then you go to the DadgeNet setup, which is his little bit of Trello board, and it'll say, I think, Canyon Crossing with all updates version 12, I think it says, something like that. And you want to get the version 12, because otherwise you have to add all the different versions to it, and that's not a fun thing. So, hey, Miss Gaia, how you doing? I am up to PV, Pleasant Valley, Canyon Crossing 16X map. And it is a doozy, let me tell you. If you ever played PV County or Ricci Valley or any of those, this one takes the cake. I'll tell you, it takes the cake. I'm just waiting patiently for my smelters and stuff to store stuff. Yeah, me too. I've been fighting that holiday blues thing. So, tiredness abounds. I'm feeling a lot better since I've been upping my vitamin content and stuff, so it's making a lot of difference. But it's still get the holiday blues kind of thing. As the weather interfered and we couldn't get together with family, so it was a little tougher. But you can see he's just finishing his third swipe on this field, and he's got a lot more to go. And it pays me $149,000, so yeah. Oh, you have? Cool. I've played PV County, but I missed the other ones. PV County was on FS19, and we got to a certain point, and then the game just stuttered so bad we couldn't play it. But that was because we were running off somebody else's PC, and that was hosting, and it didn't work. If you're doing true multiplayer, you need to have a server. Otherwise, it just does not work well. So far, I haven't had any hiccups at all in this game, except for my own stupidity of putting things in the productions the wrong way. He has several different maps out for FS22, and I don't know which the other ones are. So, PV County is, and all his PV series is one of my favorite ones if you want to have a long play series. So, very, very long play. Other than that, it's just kind of like experiment as you go. Just remember the rules. Cheat when necessary. If you're a true purist, good luck. You're going to be forever playing this map to get enough money to build anything. If you're a cheater like me and you don't mind cheating certain stuff, then go for it. Play it however you want. I don't care. Pleasant Valley was amazing on FS19. I played PV County, where he started really developing all these different steps that he had, and he had a touch of some of this stuff on PV County, but he has a massive thing on this Canyon Crossing map, because I showed the people earlier, but I'll show you real quick because you're on the time zone difference. He has his own set of mods here that you have to have workers and morale and all this stuff. And then you got to keep their garbage picked up too, otherwise they get unhappy. It's crazy what he has. And then you get other buildings that bring in support. And where's the other one? Morale. You got to have most of those to get the bonuses to all of it. It's a baseball diamond, sorry. But if you do that, you have a lot better chances of getting things done a lot faster. Because you get a 25% bonus if all three of them are maxed out on each production. It's pretty crazy. I'm just getting started. Not paying any attention to the main farm right now because I'm focusing on the mining, trying to get that bridge done. And that's going to be probably a few days off camera before I do another stream, just to make some headways. Otherwise, I could be sitting here watching this guy plow for eons before I get enough stuff done. It's going to be a slog to play single. It is definitely a map that is going to take a lot of time to play single. A lot of hours, but I'm going to do it. And if you ever want to join me, Miss Guy, you're certainly welcome to do it. It's something that is a lot of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. But this is going to be a series where I do a lot of work offline or off camera because there's a lot of stuff to get done, and then I'll just quickly bring you up to speed with what I'm doing. But again, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Kind of out of things to talk about at the moment, but because I'm watching him plow. Can you imagine how slow it would be at the regular plow to do this size field? Meter and a half or 3 meters at a time, maybe 7 meters. This is a 30-meter plow, and it's taken him, what, 20 minutes already? Something like that? Yeah. So, you know, it's not a map for the faint heart. That's for sure. Because once you get the greenhouses going and the stuff, you're going, okay, now what do I need to deal? What do I need to do next? Oh my God, there's so much to do. What do I do next? Once you get them all going, you're going to be doing a lot of trucking stuff back and forth. And I would advise you to try and plan out your greenhouses to be close to the processing plants, because otherwise you're going to be trucking this stuff all the way across the map. And as you can see, I went from one side of the map to the other and it took me 10 minutes. So it's definitely something to sit and plan out. No problem, Miss Gaia. I know what it's like to be drained of energy and not have a desire to do much of anything. I know exactly what you're talking about. But the offer is there if you ever get yourself squared away. But yeah, it's going to be a fun series. It's going to be one of those things that I'm going to do it as long as I keep getting views on it. As long as people give me 10 to 20 views, I'm going to be perfectly happy doing streams on it. But they're going to be recap streams. They're probably not going to be full production streams. I'll do some, but I'm not going to do all farming or whatever other thing. Yes, Miss Gaia, I understand 100% because I've been going through the same kind of thing. If it wasn't for coffee and Diet Mountain Dew, I probably wouldn't be awake half the time. So, but a lot of mine is due to metabolic imbalance. So, I'm working on it. Anyway, I'm gonna probably let you guys go because it is not very exciting watching this guy plow. And I really don't want to get too much more going until I get that bridge done. then I can start thinking about doing the greenhouses and getting the farm running. I mean, I could get the farm running now, but I'm just going to be stockpiling everything because I have nothing else ready to go. Once I have this done, a few more contracts under my belt, I have the first bridge built, I can start thinking about putting down greenhouses and stuff. In all rights, I should get enough stockpiled to do all of the bridges at once. But so far I've only found 4. And he says, according to PV County back in 19, he had 20 bridges on that map. So I don't know how many he has on this map to do that. But I can honestly say it's a lot easier to run than it was with Global Company. Global Company, I think, caused quite a bit of the stuttering. So far, I haven't had any stuttering. But we'll see how it continues to run once I get more and more stuff in here. It's when you have dozens of scripts running all at once is when you start stuttering. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up because I know it's not very exciting watching a worker plow, but he's got a long ways to go, and I'm certainly not going to sit here and plow this whole thing. Not tonight. So, anyway, guys, you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you are in this little world, and hugs to Gaia, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.